Militants linked to al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula increased their activity over the weekend. Since March 2nd, AQAP forces have attacked a U.S. training team, a Yemeni air base, Yemeni military posts, and the headquarters of the Military Intelligence Agency in Aden that occurred this morning. While it doesn't appear that anyone other than the suicide bomber died in today's attack in Aden, about 110 Yemeni soldiers have been killed in the recent violence, along with 35 militants. Militants also captured and are currently holding 40 Yemeni soldiers. All of the attacks focused on the southwest coast between Aden and Abyan province. At least 6 attacks over 4 days is a step up in activity for AQAP, which typically manages about 1 attack every 5 days. These attacks came just days after AQAP allies Ansar al-Sharia and the Yemeni government traded opposing ultimatums. On February 28th, the Yemeni army announced that al-Qaeda militants had 7 days to quit captured towns in the southern provinces. A spokesman for Ansar al-Sharia countered that threat with a text message threatening to unleash a series of attacks unless the Yemeni government pulled back its forces from Abyan province. The ability for Ansar al-Sharia to follow through on its threats over the weekend demonstrates organizational strength. Despite newly elected Yemeni President Abd-Rabbu Mansour Hadi's promises to control al-Qaeda, this weekend's attacks demonstrate that the Yemeni government is still a long way from delivering on this promise, not to mention the other major conflicts in the north between the Houthis and Salafists. The Hadi regime appears to even be struggling to manage the Yemeni military, as elements of the Air Force, Army, Marines, and Republican Guard have been recently protesting. Hadi and his government are struggling to find any sort of foothold to enforce some stability in the provinces, but the realities of modern Yemen will make this difficult to do. Yemen's political distractions over the past several months have provided jihadist groups such as Ansar al-Sharia more room to operate. Yemen has recently undergone a political transition with elections and a new president in office, which means that the political rigidness that Yemen saw for nearly 33 years under former President Ali Abdullah Saleh is in a serious state of flux. This period of uncertainty favors the political aims of the militants in Yemen by giving them more of an opening. The new president faces the challenge of building up his own power base while trying to balance between former President Saleh's political faction and an opposition led by old guard military commanders and tribal leaders. There are many murky connections between the political and militant worlds that both will use to apply more pressure on the regime.